Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So in this video we'll be discussing multiple choice questions of class 10th ICSE on the topic revision of class 9 syllabus, and it's a part of your semester 1 examinations. So let's get started. The first question says, among the following, which method does not have a body? A class, an interface, an abstract method, none of the above. So it is an abstract method. Then the second question says, which language was developed as the first purely object oriented programming language? So such type of questions as far as I know will not be asked, but the answer here is Smalltalk. Question 3 says, among the following, which is not a valid class specified? So protected, private and public are all valid class specifiers, so it has to be C, pointer. Question 4, among the following, which is not an OOP's concept? So OOPs means object oriented programming, right? So exception is not a concept of object oriented programming, rest all of them are. Question 5, which among the following is not a Java feature? Use of pointers, architecture neutral, object oriented, dynamic. So it has to be a use of pointers because it is architecture neutral, it is platform independent, it is object oriented, and it is dynamic. So it has to be a use of pointers. Question 6 is, which is the minor integer data type? So the answer is byte. Question number 7, among the following, which is not a primitive data type? So rest, we know that byte is a primitive data type, short is a primitive data type, even int is a primitive data type, so it has to be enum. Question 8, which of the statement satisfies the empty loop in Java? So first option says it has an empty conditional clause. Second statement says it has an empty increment clause. C option is it has an empty initialization clause, and D is all of the above. So the correct answer here would be D, all of the above, because when you write a for loop, it is not mandatory for you to write the initialization clause or the conditional clause or the increment clause. You could just write an empty loop without anything, just two semicolons and close. This is an empty loop. Next question is, among the following classes, a superclass of all other classes is? It is the object. Question 10th, which of the function is a rounding function of math class? So the options are the min function, that is it evaluates the minimum, the max function for the maximum value, and absolute, abs function for the absolute value. So the answer here is D, all of the mentioned. 11th question, which of these have the highest precedence? And the answer here is A, bracket, because anything with brackets just changes the whole thing. Anything written, and if it's enclosed in the bracket, even if you've written 3 plus 2 and you've written multiplied by 5, so usually first multiplication takes place, but because 3 plus 2 is written in the bracket, this operation will happen first. So the answer here is the bracket. Question number 12, modulus operator can be applied to A, integers, B, floating point numbers, C, both integers and floating point numbers, D, none of the above. So the answer here is C, it can be applied to both integer and floating point numbers. Coming to the 13th question, the math class is included in which Java package? The math class. So the math class is included in the java.lang package. 14th question, to display the date and time in Java, which package is included? So the answer here is A, java.util. Then question number 15th. What does the object has? Attribute, state, behavior. It is simple. It is all of the above. Now we have to choose the odd one out in these questions. So what do you think is the odd one out here? Code reusability, efficient code, duplicate or redundant data, or modularity. So the answer here is duplicate or redundant data. Now why? Because see, duplicacy or redundancy of data is a feature that is dependent on the programmers, right? All of these code reusability, efficient code, modularity, they are all features of Java. But this duplicacy or redundant data, this depends upon the programmer. So it cannot be created by the object oriented programming system. Coming to the 17th question. A. Data hiding, B. Data binding, C. Message passing, D. Platform independent. So the answer here is platform independent, because this is a feature of Java, while rest of these options, these three options, are features of OOPs. Coming to the 18th question. A. Constructor and destructor, B. Inheritance and polymorphism, C. Structure and union, D. Class and object. So the answer here is structure and union, because structure and union are not in object oriented programming. 19th question. If, for, continue, break. So the answer here is, it is if. Why? Because see, continue and break are jump statements, okay? And where are they used? They are used for, in for. Because if is a conditional statement, but for is a looping state, right? So that is why if is the correct answer here. 20. Integer stream, short stream, byte stream, long stream. So the answer here is byte stream, because Java describes only two types of streams. One is a byte stream and the other is the character stream. So all of these streams do not exist, but this one does. So that's why we choose the byte stream option. 21st question is, functions can't return objects. It is false, because functions can always return an object if the return type is the same as the object return, okay? Like 22. A while loop in Java executes the statement at least once even if the condition is false. It is false. It is not the while loop, it is the do while loop in Java. It always executes one, and therefore it is also known as an exit control loop. While for and while are entry control loops. 23rd is, what is the output of a logical OR operation if one of the inputs or operands is true? So even if one of them is true, then the answer is true. The whole condition will evaluate to true. Constructor can return a value. Can they? No, they cannot. They don't have a return type. They don't even have void as a return type. So the answer is false. 25th question. A loop in Java generally contains a loop counter variable. This question can be tricky. So the answer is true. Now 26th question. Dash invented OOPs. It is Alan Kay. 27th question. An OOP's program can contain dash number of classes. It can contain any number of classes. It can contain infinite number of classes. 28th. An object cannot be passed by value, passed by copy, passed by function, passed by reference. It cannot be passed by function. It can be passed by value, by copy, by reference, but not by function. The question is, Java program use dash to find and fix bugs. So it is the JDB, that is the Java debugger, right? Next question, byte data type range is. So it is minus 128 to 127, C option. Then 31. Size of integer in Java programming is dash. Size of integer. So integer contains 4 bytes. So D option. Now the 32nd question. It says to access the instance variable and methods of class object in Java, dash is used. So it is the dot operator which is used, because you with the help of the dot operator, you create a link between the name of the instance of variable and the name of the class with which it is used. Okay. 33. Minus operator decreases the value by dash number. So it should have been double minus like this, and the answer would be by 1. Like if you write a minus minus and say suppose the value of a is 5, so 5 minus minus would evaluate to 4. Next question is exit control loop is. It is the do while, as one of the questions above we discussed this. Next question is 35. Multiple branches is used by dash statement. It is multiple branches. It is in the switch case, because here what you do is you have to write a new case for every condition that you want to put. AWT stands for, it stands for Abstract Window Toolkit. So it is the C option. 37th question. Valid declaration of a char is, of a character we need. So in this the answer would be A. Char ch is equal to \UTA. Next question 38. Types of polymorphism. Dash types of polymorphism. The answer is there are 2 types of polymorphism in Java. One is static polymorphism and one is dynamic polymorphism. Then 39th. User defined structure adds the function of encapsulation. It is false. That does not happen. The encapsulation concept does not add the function in a user defined structure, because if the member functions are involved, then the user cannot call the structures defined by it. Okay, next question is to find the square of a number. Which of the following statements is false? So the answer here would be mat.sqrt a comma 2, because what will it do? It will find the square root of a, and please consider this option as a into a, right? So the answer here would be this. 41. Java compiler JAVAC translates Java source code into, it converts it into bytecode. 42. In Java, a character constant's value is in its integer value in the dash character set, in the Unicode character set. 43. An abstract data type typically comprises a dash and a set of dash respectively. So it contains data representation and operation. D option. So that's it for this video, and there'll be a part 2 coming soon on the same chapter. So stay tuned, and if you like the video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.